Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Uh, this lecture is about the introduction of cell and its physiology for the Bachelor of Vision Sciences and BA students. First of all, cell. A cell is the unit of life, structural unit of life. The cells contains several types of structures. Uh, these structures house the chemical reactions that make life possible. Human body has about 30 trillion cells. All the cells connect and interact, forming dynamic tissues, organs, and organ systems. The cells that make up an adult human body have similarities and distinctions. Cells consist of the same basic structures, but they vary considerably in the number and distribution of their component structures. Cells vary greatly in size and shape. The three-dimensional forms of cells make possible their functions. For example, the nervous cells have long extensions which enable it to conduct electrical impulses from one body part to another. Secondarily, for example, epithelial cells, they are sheet-like structural organizations which enable them to protect the underlying cells. Example number three, muscular cells. They have the alignment of contractile proteins within muscle cells, which enable them to contract, pulling closer together the structures to which they attach. Composite cell means which is the a cell basically consists of many chemical and organizational components. The cell contains a cell membrane, cytoplasm, and a nucleus, sometimes more than one nucleus. Organelles perform specific functions. The nucleus controls overall cell activities because it contains DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, which is called the genetic material. Number three, this is the basic representative structure of a cell. The cell actually contain enclosed in a cell membrane, which is a phospholipid bilayer. It has a nucleus. It has a rough endoplasmic and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It have Golgi apparatus. It have secretory vesicles, mitochondria, lysosomes, and the structural framework which consists of the tubules and microtubules. Inside all these organisms, there are different types of chemical reactions occurring in a single second. First of all, the cell membrane. The cell membrane is composed primarily of phospholipids and some cholesterol with proteins embedded throughout the lipid bilayer. Different parts of the cell membrane associated proteins extends from the outer surface of the cell membrane to help and to establish the identity of the cell as a part of the particular structural or organ or a person. Each cell have a specific outer structures identical to a specific cell membrane or cell. Now, cell membrane it is a selectively permeable passageway that controls the entrance and exit of substances. Its molecule transmits signals. The cell membrane includes proteins, lipids, and carbohydrate molecules. The cell membrane's framework is primarily mainly a bilayer of phospholipid molecules, and molecules that are soluble in lipids pass through the cell membrane easily, but water soluble molecules do not. Although the water by itself can cross it easily, but the water soluble molecules are large molecules. They are passed through certain passageways, but not directly through the cell membrane. The proteins in the cell membrane functions as receptors on the cell membrane surface and forms channels for the passage of ions and molecules. The patterns of surface carbohydrates associated with membrane proteins enable certain cells to recognize one another. Number two, cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is the gel-like material that includes the cellular organelles. It makes up most of the cell volume. When viewed through a light microscope, the cytoplasm usually appears as a clear jelly with specks scattered throughout. However, an electron microscope, which provides much greater magnification and the ability to distinguish the final detail, this is called the resolution of a microscope, which reveals that the cytoplasm contains vast and complex networks of membranes and organelles suspended in a more liquid form. The liquid form inside the cytoplasm is called the cytosol. Cytoplasm also includes rods, abundant protein rods, and tubules, such as microfilaments and microtubules, that form a framework or cytoskeleton, which means cell skeleton. Number one, organelle inside the cell is ribosomes. Ribosomes are tiny spherical structures composed of protein and RNA. They provide a structural support and enzymatic activity to link amino acids to synthesize proteins. Unlike many of the other organelles, ribosomes are not composed of or contained in membranes. They are free of membranes. They are scattered in the cytoplasm and also bound to the endoplasmic reticulum, which is another organelle. Cluster of the ribosome in the cytoplasm are called polysomes. The polysomes enable a cell to quickly manufacture protein, which are sometimes required in larger amounts. After the ribosome, we have another organelle which is called the endoplasmic reticulum. Dear students, you are viewing the electron microscope of the endoplasmic reticulum, which is the actual picture. Uh, if we see this electron microscopic picture of the endoplasmic reticulum, then we can notice that this endoplasmic reticulum is made up of membranes. It is enclosed in the membrane is the phospholipid bilayer, same like the cell membrane, and there are ribosomes attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, which are you can see in the blue type of scattered molecules are attached on the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum. Now, endoplasmic reticulum is a complex organelle composed of the membrane-bounded flattened sacs and cylinders and fluid-filled bubble-like sacs. These sacs are called vesicles. These membranous parts are interconnected and communicate with the cell membrane and the nuclear envelope and the other organelles also. The endoplasmic reticulum winds from the nucleus out toward the cell membrane. It provides a vast tubular network that transports molecule from one cell part to another. The endoplasmic reticulum participates in the synthesis of protein and lipid molecules. These molecules may leave the cell as secretions or be used within the cell for such functions as providing a new endoplasmic reticulum or cell membrane as the cell grows or enlarges in size. The endoplasmic reticulum acts as a quality control center for the cell. Uh, its chemical environment enables the farming protein to start and to fold into shapes, which is necessary for its function. Only the functional protein will act when the structure of that protein is resemble the structure, the function it performs. The endoplasmic reticulum can identify and dismantle a misfolded protein. If protein is formed and the structure of that protein is not identical to the actual protein, then this protein can be misfolded and can be reorganized to produce the actual protein. And so the defective tie must be pulled from an assembly line at a factory and discarded. If we see a tie factory, the tie comes to the quality control center, the tie is checked, and if there is any defect, the tie is not passed by the quality control department. Same is the case with the proteins inside the endoplasmic reticulum. In many places, the endoplasmic reticulum's outer membrane is studded with ribosomes. Like the studded, you see, it is in mechanical part in most of the machines. So ribosomes are studded on the endoplasmic reticulum's outer membrane surface, which gives the endoplasmic reticulum a textured appearance when viewed through an electron microscope. These parts of the endoplasmic reticulum that have ribosomes are called rough endoplasmic reticulums. The proteins being synthesized move through the endoplasmic reticulum tubules to another organelle, which is called the Golgi apparatus, for further processing. As the endoplasmic reticulum nears the cell membrane, it becomes more cylindrical and the ribosomes become sparse and then are no longer associated with the endoplasmic reticulum. This section of the endoplasmic reticulum is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So, along the smooth endoplasmic reticulums are different types of enzymes which are important in lipid synthesis, the absorption of fats from the digestive tract, and the metabolism of drugs. Uh, there are different sizes of cells which perform different functions. So, the cells that break down drugs and alcohol, such as liver cells, have extensive network of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. I think this is sufficient for today.